for you if you have an immigration question. Maybe you are sponsoring someone, whether it's your company or you have a case that's pending processing or maybe even delayed. Maybe your case is denied. I hope it's not though. Okay, so welcome in. Don't be shy to ask a question. Now, if you're new here, go ahead and click the plus sign because you never know when you need to contact us. All right. So, hey, Al Betel, I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm aware that there's a lawsuit. That's what people have told me. For us, we don't follow diversity visa. That's not our a case type that we offer service. So I'm not sure. I don't follow that. But if you need information about it, you can send us an email. We'll find you some links. Okay. Please know, first of all, that even if you're on this channel right now, but you maybe need a divorce lawyer, maybe you need a criminal defense attorney, just something else. Maybe it could be more positive, okay? In the sense that, well, maybe positive not right word, but if you want to be proactive to have an attorney, but you just don't have the time necessarily to find one, or you've searched and searched online, you can't find the right attorney for you, just contact us. Just let us know the county, the state, like your legal situation or what kind of case. Just email us. We're happy to refer you. Okay, we have a network. Now we can't promise you will find someone. Please give us a couple days, but we do have a lot of several legal networks that we can ask on your behalf. Okay. What's up, Clarissa? Welcome in. Clarissa, how was your Wednesday? I know you had a little something going on yesterday. Okay, so we have six scenarios you need to contact an immigration attorney, and so there could be more. There could be more scenarios, but here's I bolded down to six at least. I was looking for a video. Clarissa, can you send it to me? RFE. If you get an RFE, request for evidence, that means the government wants information from you. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't think like, thank you, join my fan club. Thank you, Clarissa. Um, please don't have the attitude that you're like, John, I gave them everything, or USCIS, I gave you everything. Leave me alone. Please don't think that, okay, guys? When you get the RFE or you get the NOID letter on your My USCIS account or in the mail, you better fucking wake up and pay attention to it, okay? Because if you want to be approved, you need to respond. It is not it is not optional. You need to respond. Some of you actually do want to respond, but you're like, oh, that deadline for this RFE is 84 days. So you're thinking, oh, that's about 3 months. I'll push it off to later. Look, y'all, sometimes it's not about marriage documents. It's actually could be about your birth certificate, that they don't believe you're a national of that country, or you got divorced before. They don't believe you're legally divorced in a different country. And so we follow the Department of State reciprocity chart. Okay. It's not as simple as you guys think. It's not a piece of cake. It's not a walk in the park. Whereas annoyed NOID, you got 30 days to reply. If they don't use the words mandatory on this, but if you want to be approved, you need to reply back. Okay. We actually just got hired today, I believe. We just got hired today because that person, I can't go into full detail, but has some information that the government needs. Okay. And I actually told the person, like I tell most people, you could do this yourself, but clearly you didn't get the job done for a reason. Okay. There's something happened. You didn't get the job done. So you had to contact us. So by the time you contact us, you need to have your mindset, or whether it's us or another attorney, you need to have your mindset that you got to fucking take action. Okay, guys? Right here, like I put her here. Because, welcome in, Sammy. Welcome in. By the way, thank you so much for the taps. Thank you so much. Because if you don't have the mindset to hire an attorney, why even meet with one, to be honest, right? Because first of all, we're all limited in time. I'm surprised I'm able to go live. Yesterday, I went live for like 10 minutes. I always just want to share information with y'all, but I want to be upfront with y'all. If you're going to contact an attorney, be fucking ready to authorize them to help you. if they can even help you. For some of y'all, we have to tell you, no, sorry, you're legally not eligible. And I wish we were able to help you in the beginning to tell you, no, you should not have applied. So don't mess around, folks, because, and the reason I say that is because there are deadlines. It's especially number 5 right here, denied. If you get denied, you need to definitely fucking hurry up because you got 30 days to consider if you need to file a 290B. That's a motion to reconsider. And unfortunately, I've heard about many people getting denied. Fortunately for us, we haven't got denied in quite a while, some time. Okay. But one of the reasons we don't get denials is because most of our clients tell us the truth until it's a little too late. You got to tell your attorney the truth, guys. Don't hold the truth back. The truth is what helps us help you. Okay. Let's see. Let me answer some questions here. Thanks for joining in. Welcome in, guys. Hello, Lolita. Janie, welcome in. Okay. Clarissa, can you give us a synopsis, the summary? Janie, if you did a medical a few months ago for K1 and you're filing 45 now, are you okay, or do you need to file 693? So we don't have to file. You don't have to file a medical exam because you already did the medical exam for the K1. So it should say that in instructions. So check that for the 485. Okay. And this is a good example. Like, I can tell you information. This is not legal advice, of course, because we're not speaking one-on-one. I can tell you information, but you always want to, I appreciate y'all's trust, but you know that saying, trust and verify, guys. Trust and verify. Nana asked, do I think the pause or freeze will be lifted? Time will tell. You have to file a lawsuit, okay? There are some lawsuits going on right now. We'll just kind of play it out to see how it works with those courts first. And then if it doesn't work for them, or it does work, but it doesn't include everyone affected, then we need to file our own lawsuit, okay? So please be ready about people who have been, if your country is on a list of the pause or ban, email us. And you go to your email, go to askjohnting.com, and you can find our email there. And just put in subject line lawsuit, okay? That's weird. I did click on your name, People First Project. If anyone wants to join to ask a question, welcome to do that.
Good morning, John.
Good morning. What's going on in Arizona today?
I am cautiously optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of see how fast this has been rolling through Pinal County. So basically, as you know, I sent you what I was going to read out to the board. Yesterday, when I got into the board meeting, the chairman of the board saw me and.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she had the mute for a second.
Well, no, someone was calling my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the chairman of the board saw me. He gave me a big, cheesy Cheshire Cat smile, and then hold on, buddy. And then he, I waved at him. He gave me a big nod, and so I was like, okay, this could possibly be good. He's not looking at me like, oh my god, this bitch again. So
that's a good thing.
I was, like I said, yeah, that's a good thing.
So the hearing actually happened yesterday?
Yes, so the hearing actually happened yesterday. Now, I thought his hearing in front of the judge was happening in Superior Court, but that's next Wednesday.
Okay.
So I have to go back out there next Wednesday. But this was just the board meeting. Mm-hmm. So basically, I read them what I sent to you, and they are not allowed to comment on it then. So basically, what happens is I take them my requests, whatever, and then they reach out to their legal counsel.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a 4-minute speech, and they only allot you 3 minutes, but they let me finish.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah, so they let me finish. The buzzer was going off. I got a little kind of distracted, but I was able, because the last part was the most important part, right? Where we asked for the global release of claims. And or we'll let them know that we'll provide the service for free and we'll get the people to sign the information.
Mm-hmm.
They let me finish that. So then while that was happening, right before I went to go up to speak, I messaged the clerk of the board and the Pinal County Sheriff, the Pinal County Attorney, and I sent them the legal redress or the
request. Yeah.
My brain is not working. Yeah, the request for legal redress and restitution.
Mm-hmm.
So if all goes well, by the next board meeting, which will probably be in 2 weeks, we'll have an answer as to whether, because on there, hold on, buddy. Because on there, we did talk about how every day that people are going. The thing that I have to my benefit is that we currently have a court-appointed monitor for the Maricopa County Sheriff due to the exact same actions in 2007. So because of Melendez v. Arpaio, and because it's cost Maricopa County over $400 million.
Oh, geez. Yeah, they have a reason to try to do something to resolve it for sure. All right, Clarissa. Thanks for the update. I know you got something to do, so talk later.
I know. Make sure people get their D28 fine, not dated. You want to make sure that your attorney can turn it into. So let them know about the D28.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your questions, and thank you, Clarissa, for sharing. Let's see here. So, if anyone's wondering what was Clarissa talking about, she's in Phoenix, Arizona. There's some counties are not allowed to sign the 287G agreement. And if you're wondering what the heck is that, John, that's an agreement between, just to summarize, an agreement between ICE and the local county to train the county constable or deputies and also police department to basically, the version before was to notify ICE when someone is in jail, but it has clearly expanded to say, hey, if you come across someone who is undocumented without legal status, then contact ICE because they will arrest them. It's gone way too far, guys. So Clarissa's team has done her and her team have done a great job to advocate for the immigrant community in the Phoenix, Arizona area. They're able to advocate to get that county attorney, I think Brad Miller, in some hot water. So guys, don't give up. There's a different ways to advocate for your own community. If you're interested to learn more, welcome to contact Clarissa with peoplefirstproject.org or my team. Okay, guys? We want to try to help avoid you from even being arrested in the first place. But if you have to anticipate, unfortunately, even as a U.S. citizen, you have to anticipate that you could be arrested. I know it's frustrating. It's maddening. It's a lot of emotions, but you need to be prepared. Okay. So as Clarissa mentioned, you need to contact immigration attorney that you trust, even if you're a U.S. citizen. We've even represented people who are traveling abroad and have been questioned before at customs as a U.S. citizen. So we're ready to file a habeas lawsuit if necessary, or a bond request, okay, depending on your situation. So you need to contact immigration attorney so we can have a G28 form. It's a representation form signed by you so we can take action for you, okay? That's not a contract, but a G28 it's a form that allows the USCIS or ICE agent to know that we represent you or an attorney represents you, okay? Alrighty, so just to finish that right there, Clarissa mentioned that that county attorney in Pinal County, Brad Miller, was handed over to Attorney General for the legal agreement of 287G. From what I understand, he did not get the approval by the board, the county board, which is necessary. I don't know how. That's the thing, guys. ICE and USCIS, Department of State, they're all doing these backdoor deals that they should not be doing. They have to follow the law. Okay. All right. Let's see. So that's just a quick reminder. You see these pauses, you see these travel ban, you're thinking, oh, all is lost. I'm going to give up. No, guys, when life gets hard, when someone punches you in the face, what are you going to do? You're going to fucking punch back too. You're not going to just sit there, guys. All right. So you got to pay attention. ARCA will get you on soon. I just got to share some information. Guys, if you're new here, you don't copy and paste questions because then I have to scroll a lot more. All right. You don't want me to exercise my finger that much. Okay. So, all right, let's get you on, ARCA. What's the rush here? What you got going on?
Hello.
Hello. How can I help you?
How are you?
Doing okay. You doing okay?
I'm okay.
Yeah, seems urgent. What you got going on?
Sorry, my dad is American citizen,
Okay.
and he was feeling I went to the petition last year,
Uh-huh.
2025 August, and I hear it and the Trump that kind of affected me.
Okay, I'm trying to follow you. What's your question?
And when I feel case had to know, and I don't get any.
Okay, you filed a petition? Your dad filed a petition for you? Okay. Uh-huh. And then what happened after? When did you file? Last year? 2025?
August.
August 2025? Okay. And then what else? What else is going on?
And the traffic ban kind of affected me.
The what affecting you? What is affecting you?
Traffic ban.
Oh, travel ban, yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. But what can I do for you right now, today?
Today?
Uh-huh. What's your question? Come on. This is TikTok. We're trying to make this fast. What's your question?
No. I ask you the immigration. Immigration for America.
I'm not trying to be rude, but maybe there's a language barrier. What you have a concern about the travel ban? I get that, but what is your question?
My question: the travel ban of Trump can affect me?
Can it affect you? I don't know. What's your country? Is your country on the list of the travel ban?
Yes. Somali.
Okay. Oh, Somalia. Okay. So you gotta have. I still don't know what your question is, but I can share what I share with everyone else is that your petition is still. Uh-huh.
My petition is I went to the petitions.
Yes.
And my dad is American citizen.
Yes. You sound over 21, so that's a family preference case. So it's going to take a long time anyway. It's going to take several years.
I am an underwriting.
How do I what? Does anyone know? Mm. Oh, he sounds over it. He sounds over 21 though. I mean, I had a deep voice too. Thanks everyone for trying to translate. Um, Oh, Tasha, you're waiting. Yeah, I know. That's. Oh goodness. Um, sir, can you look at? Can you look at? Can you look at People First Project? She wrote a question. So, okay, I'm just going to assume, just like Tasha's mentioning, your question, does the travel ban affect your case? Yes, it does. So you said Somalia, right? Okay. Yeah, Somalia is on a list of the countries hmm that the travel ban. So, do you have another question about it though? So you just let the petition continue processing. I hope you can understand me, but I'm sorry I don't speak your language. But you guys, I know that a lot of people are concerned about the pause, the ban. Continue doing what you're supposed to do. So if you have an interview scheduled, go to the interview. If you need to respond to RFE, respond to RFE. Don't give up just because you see a pause or a ban, okay? Eventually it will go away or lift it. Eventually. Tomorrow, probably not. In a couple weeks, probably not. But eventually it will go away, the travel ban or pause, all right? So don't give up, do not withdraw your application. All right, Arca, we're gonna get someone else on, okay? Because I think maybe you stepped away. Okay. Doesn't sound like you had immediate concern right now, but let's get someone with the number, the dot, and then on deck is going to be um, Miss Coleman. All right. Hope you all doing well. Someone, Kitty, you thought he was under 18? Oh, I don't know. He sounded way over 21. Let's invite this person again. Okay. By the way, just some housekeeping here. If you do want to schedule a meeting with us because you're interested in our services and want to know our fees, whatnot, just schedule this one. During the live show, it is this amount. This amount is not with an attorney. Okay. It is with our client care specialist. Now, if you want to speak directly with attorney, absolutely. We provide access to attorneys. It's this amount right here. Okay. If you want to speak directly with me, it does cost more because I have much more limited time. So limited that sometimes lately the live show, like yesterday, was like 10 minutes. Um, let's see here. Akina, thank you for mentioning about your second interview. We'd love to hear more about it. So I think Aurelie will contact you. But when will a decision happen? I have no idea. We'd love to hear about it, how your second interview went. And then because if it went well, for example, then we need to consider a mandamus lawsuit. Okay. Now, keep in mind, guys, there's a new trend. I'm in this American Immigration Lawyers Association, so we share information with each other, okay, about the trends. USCIS is going to be slower to make decisions about if you have any crime, even if you should be approved, any crime, your case will be reviewed by a USCIS supervisor. Okay, used to be that people have more experience in general. That that person interview you will just make that decision. Okay, I've always believed that the supervisor has to at least quickly look at the file. Okay, but this time with criminal cases, I think they're saying this is unofficial. Of course, they're saying this because they want to slow down some of these cases. Okay. All right. Well, I got okay, Kenna. You'll be on deck right now. It's going to be Miss Coleman. Hello.
Hello.
How can I help you?
Okay, so I have a question. My question is, I recently found out that a green card has expired last year,
Okay.
October, and I was told by my dad,
Mhm.
and I had no idea that it
Okay.
expired, but I'm still working with it,
Okay.
and I don't know how to go about it. So I just wanted to know the way forward for.
Okay, that's okay. It's okay that expired, but of course now you need to either renew your residency or apply to become a citizen. Depends which one you prefer, of course. But the reason why you would more so renew the resident card is because if you want to travel outside the United States, okay, within the next 12 months, for example. But if you don't plan on traveling outside the United States, then just go ahead and apply to become a citizen. But here's the thing: the misconception is that if you don't have your resident status expires, it doesn't mean you're not a resident. It just means you don't have a physical card for travel purposes for proof. Okay, it's different than like a driver license. You don't have a driver license, you can't drive, right? So, um, do you need help with this, or you think you
Yes,
got it?
I did. Just to be on the same lane with you. I haven't. I just want to know if I've committed a crime or
Oh
something
no!
because I'm so.
Oh no, no, no! You didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it doesn't sound like you have been. Have you been arrested? No. Yeah. So you're fine.
Yeah.
Not renewing your card even on accident, that's not a violation. That's just like, a mistake. You just lost track of the timing. Okay, so there's no penalty on that. Thank you for asking. Hmm.
Okay. So how do I get in contact and
Hmm.
find a
you,
way forward for me?
you can either schedule a meeting like this, pre-qualify, going to that URL at the top, askjohnting.com, or you could call in. But usually when y'all schedule, my team's going to call you within 24 hours anyway. Okay. Yeah,
Thank
just
you very much.
just yeah, just schedule so you can learn more about how we get things done for you guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Bye.
All right, guys. Remember, you don't hire a law firm to fill out the forms for you. We help you with it, absolutely. But especially in this day and age with Trump era, and Stephen Miller, and MAGA, um, you need peace of mind. If you want the most peace of mind, then yes, contact immigration attorney, authorize them to help you, like us, Green Card Guys Law Group. Go ahead and read our Google reviews, okay? Thanks, Tasha. Uh, I had to. My daughter's probably wondering where this is at at the office. I'm pretty sure she has another one. She'll be okay. We are a proactive. If you're new here, then you wouldn't know this, but we are a proactive team. Um, Even if you're not a client, but you've contacted us before, my team is proactive to contact you back to see how everything's going. Um, because we want to make sure we help you get legal status. Okay. Of course, if you don't hire us, we're not going to walk you through step by step, but we will contact you, see how you're doing. Okay. We want to make sure that America's better with y'all, not just with MAGA. Okay, can it's for some reason it's taking a while to get you on, but if anyone has any questions, you're welcome to join live. I will be here. It's 12:50 Central Time. I'll be here for another 10 minutes. Let me see the other questions. Hi, John, Aaron Lee. You're new here. Welcome in. Appreciate the follows. What's up, Crazen Asian? Crazen. Uh, Cordova, JJJ. Val approved since 5 years ago. You Okay, that's great. I'm glad you got the I-360 approved. You filed the 485. You just filed it like recently? What are the chances you get approved? What happened? VAWA approved a long time ago, 5 years ago, and you just filed the 485? What's going on? What took so long to file it? Okay. So that's another situation where when what with our team, when one step is done, even before, like if you need a waiver, 601 or 601A, or in this situation 601A, even if the petition has not been approved yet, at a certain time we know when it's more likely to be approved, and we're going to go ahead and start working on the waiver with you guys, okay? Because it can take a while, the process. So we understand the government takes a hell of a long time, so we do what we can to prepare y'all to get it going. So our internal processing time is less. Oh, that's okay, Akenna. Let's get you back on then. I clicked on your name. Hello. Welcome back. So how'd the interview go?
Yeah, you went well. You know, the only thing we missed out on was the color of the floor of the house.
What? They asked you that? Jeez.
Yeah, it was wild, man. But the questions they asked, like what we had before we went for the interview, like food and stuff, like it was good, like pretty much. We answered everything. What phone number, school, school addresses, pretty much everything went well. So the guy was like, we should be expecting a decision in 120 days. But I was asking him, I'm from Nigeria, right? How is that going to work out? He was like, he doesn't know that the interview is going to get reviewed. And it's just 120 days it's going to take. So what do you think is going to happen, bro?
I don't, with the pause that they have, I don't think it's going to be approved, because ultimately I'm glad I'm glad you had a positive experience with that interviewing officer, but when they send a case file up to the supervisor, I think it's going to get stuck, unfortunately. I'm glad your interview went well again, but so that's why after a certain time, I think you've been waiting, 2024 at least, when you filed it?
Well, I filed it October
2024. Yeah. So so by the time, it's already ready to file a lawsuit in general. But when you're ready, so mandamus plus will make the argument about the pause as well. And you're in the United States, so it's not a ban. It's just a fake pause that the Trump administration is saying, like, we don't want to approve anyone, not even approve or deny. They just let it sit there. So it's like worse. Yeah.
I haven't left the country in 4 years, man. I need to go.
Exactly. You guys got things to do, so you can't let the government hold you back.
We want to even travel together, so. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to your team about the mandamus law. So let me start saving up for it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, Kendra.
Reason why I couldn't hire anybody from your side, that was just your person, Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
She was letting me know the options, and she was like, she doesn't even, because it's so close. She doesn't even know if she'll be able to get somebody to send over, because it was like 2 days prior to the interview.
Yeah. That's okay. Thanks for being in contact. We just try to find ways to help out, but if anything, maybe for the mandamus then. Okay.
Yes, mandamus. Yes, I hope you will. So we're gonna go to the court, right?
So mandamus, typically we don't have to go to court, but we have to prepare the lawsuit documents and file it correctly, of course, and then keep tracking. We'll be in contact with the U.S. attorney. We just filed a couple today for other people, so we're on top of these kind of cases. Yes, I've never had a situation, knock on wood, never had a situation where USCIS would not respond to the U.S. attorney. And so the U.S. attorney is kind of like, in some ways, like our liaison, trying to help us out. Usually when you sue the government, they don't want to, when you sue anyone, with two sides, they butt heads. They don't want to help each other, right? But in this situation for mandamus, they U.S. attorneys understand the situation that USCIS is slow. Okay. So they usually want to help out. So we'll see. Okay.
Hopefully I get a decision. Like, do you think the decision is possible this year if we file it this year?
My goal for you, since it's February, my goal for you is absolutely this year as our goal. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So, of course, I'm not able to promise results for anyone, but in terms of timing, based on our expectations, based on our experience, we can give you a better idea on timing of certain things, okay? I have about 4 minutes left before I have to get to my next meeting. We had a new client meet with us yesterday. I'm very honored by that person because they flew in from a different state. I'm trying not to divulge too much, but they flew in and we spent 2 hours together. And it's very rare for me to have a longer meeting, but it's I can tell you it's a company that wants to help immigrants. So don't give up, guys. There are employers, there are companies that want to help. And some companies don't understand the immigration situation and how difficult it is to sponsor someone as a company. And so that's why we're also helping companies understand the process better so they can help y'all, the immigrant community, ahead of time and not wait till the last second. Okay. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to meet with him and his spouse, his Pookie Bear. All right. Let's see if anyone else wants to join live. So if you have any questions, let's see. Let me look at the chat. If you in general, if you just want to get like receive, you're not sure yet, you want to talk with us, you're a little shy, that's okay. Go ahead and take a screenshot right here on TikTok. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, there's our information here. Okay. So here's the thing, because you never know when you need our help. But in the meantime, you still can join our listserv, our email newsletter. We try not to bug y'all, but there is valuable information in there. So we kind of give you a lookout, just like this. 6 scenarios where you need to contact immigration attorney. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why the camera. Okay, there we go. Let me answer the question. JGR, is it safe to file taxes now? They'd be asking a lot more about status. If you earn income in the United States, okay, then you need to file your taxes, whether you have legal status or not. Now, I know some people are like, well, I don't want to show my name or something. Look, if in the worst case scenario you get detained, you get arrested, and eventually you have court, and if you're eligible to file an application, okay, for example, cancellation or removal for a non-permanent resident, they have to review good moral character. Okay, so you have to have taxes. Filed taxes is very helpful as evidence. All right, I hope that helps. Apple user, you did your interview 3 months ago. Now they sent you RFE, but you're still getting emails saying nothing is new. What did they ask for in the RFE? You did an interview 3 months ago. Let me check my schedule here. Multitasking here, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So interview 3 months ago. When did you file the case in general, the 485 Apple user? Because that gives me an idea of if you need to sue the government now or later. Clarissa made a comment about the midterm elections are coming up. Yeah, so look, I can't tell you who to vote for, but I can tell you that just voting, Clarissa's not going to like this, just voting for one party blindly is not a good idea, okay? For any party. You need to do a little research. I know a lot of people are talking about like, okay, we need a new president, we need a new vice president, we need a new senator, congressperson, but don't forget about your local elections. Don't forget about the judges. Judges affect a shit ton of people's lives. People don't realize it. People forget because what you hear in the news, no one ever talks about judges. You have no control of the Supreme Court Justice of the United States, but what you can control is the local county district courts. Please, for the love of God, please research your judges. You might not have a business right now, but when I know some people, they've been sued by people. In America, you can sue for anything but that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to win. But some cases I've heard about, that someone who sued, they won by default because either the person that got sued hired a bad lawyer, or they didn't get served. And then if they got served, they just something went wrong. Okay, guys. And then they had, let's say, a court hearing, and then they had a lawyer that did the right work correctly, but the judge sucked. The judge didn't follow the law. Imagine that. That happens. I've known of people, I don't know them personally, but I've known of people who became a judge, elected as a judge. I can give you an example. In Dallas County, there's a probate judge, and lawyers complained that, like, this judge had no fucking experience in probate law. How can you go for a position and not have any experience in that? Well, go figure. That's like President Trump ran for president, didn't even do any other elected office. So please do your research. If you are a U.S. citizen, please exercise your right to vote. Okay, sorry guys. Now back to our regular live show. Richard, should you use a lawyer to request a misplaced green card? Look, I appreciate that question. I'm different than many attorneys. There are some scenarios where you probably don't need a lawyer, okay? I-90, you can file online, and if you're replacing it. But look, if you need to apply for residency or renew your residency, but you have a crime, there's something in the past, a little shady in the past, whether you did it or you didn't do it, I'm not here to judge, but we need to review that situation. But to replace it, I don't think you need our help. But look, if you're one of those that are just super busy, then we're happy to help you, okay? Or super confused. I guess it can go either way. Let's see. User 9823. Is it faster to file I-130 before applying for NPIP, or should you do it together with 45? So, my take is my typical position on this about the military pro in place is that for you to eventually be approved for adjustment of status, you need the military parole in place approved. So typically we recommend to file the military parole in place first, okay? Because if you filed I-130 and 485 now, and among the other forms now, USCIS might not necessarily wait for the 131, okay? So, and I certainly would not file the I-130 first before the 131 military parole in place. The problem is, on the flip side, is that the field office is the one that the I-131, like you mail it directly field office. It's a ridiculous process. I don't know why they have it done separately. They should have one unified office to handle these military parole in place applications, but they don't do it that way because guess what? They don't fucking care to make it easier for you guys. So therefore, the process can take like usually at least 12 months just for the 131 at the field office. Okay. So, but look, again, everyone's situation could be slightly different. And that's why it's good to have a meeting, schedule a meeting. If you want to schedule directly with an attorney, you're welcome to do that right here. It's the one you're on TikTok. It's the one in the middle. If you're like, well, John, I don't want to pay that much right now. That's fine. You're welcome to take advantage of this one, pre-qualified session. It's less than a cup of coffee at your local coffee shop, okay? But you need to do that now, okay? Before the live show ends, which is pretty soon in 5 minutes. Okay, next question here. Alec McLeod, how do you match the court's bond on a case? What do you mean by match? Like pay it? Can you travel to Puerto Rico if your asylum case is approved last year? I mean, you should be able to. It's part of the United States. And plus, you have asylum approved, and you didn't seek asylum from Puerto Rico. So that should be fine. Is there something else I should know? User 9823, we're located in Houston, Texas. Our team works all across the United States. If you live in Alaska, North Dakota, Greenland, North Pole, we're happy to help you guys, okay? We do recommend that you use Google Meeting, okay? We do use Dropbox to share documents. We're very flexible to help you guys out, okay? Rami, how long after NVC case transfer to another country do they schedule interviews? You mean like a third country? Like a country that you're not a national of? So generally, if it moves to a different country that you're not a national of, it does take a little bit more time. We've been very fortunate that our clients have been, if they have to go to another country for any reason, it's been within a couple months. But they typically give, of course, preference in terms of scheduling for people who are national of that country. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But if you have no other option, you have to have an interview with the other country, then you have to do it. Okay, hope you guys are doing well today. So, just to share real quickly here, we talked about some of the 6 scenarios that you need to contact immigration attorney. Just to wrap up here, you have an interview notice. Some of you might be like, well, John, don't worry. What are you talking about, John? I have an attorney. Well, ask your law firm, will you help me prepare and be there at the interview? And you might be surprised, unfortunately. We have 3 service levels, light, pro, max, for adjustment of status case. In all of them, we prepare you for the interview. But in the max service level, we'll be there at the interview. But most law firms only offer one type of plan, okay, or service level. So you have to check your contract. You do not wait till the last second, because by the time you finally get a hold of that law firm and they tell you, sorry, buddy, we're not going to be there, you're like, fuck, right? So that's why you take a screenshot of this, copy down the information, favorite it, because in case you're in that kind of situation, contact us. Even if we are busy and not able to go to the interview, we're going to help you and point you in the right direction with another attorney to be there at the interview. This is not the time to play games when you have an interview, especially. One of my colleagues had an interview in Dallas, I believe it was a couple days ago. This is in Dallas. I have not had this experience, fortunately, myself. But we connect with attorneys like her because they're badass, okay? They fucking get the job done. Way, way better than, not every attorney does this, okay? That interview about 8:30 a.m. I can't share too much information. 8:30 a.m. They were going through the interview. And then suddenly my friend could tell. We can tell. We know when officers paying too much attention to the computer, like they're messaging someone, something's up. Okay. So she predicted that her client was going to get arrested. Okay. So that happened. And some attorneys say, oh, I'm done here. I can't do anything. No, guys, if you want a legal team that fucking gives a shit, you need to contact our team. I'll give you a long story short. That client was approved of residency and no longer detained. Can you believe that? So don't give up. Hi, Clarissa. That's right. That's right. So, of course, it wasn't that simple. Guess that started about 8:30 in the morning, the interview. And that when she got released, that was like almost 5 p.m. It took all day. Okay, guys. So if it happens, if you're wondering, are you hiring an attorney to prepare forms? No. You're hiring law firms to help you from start to finish in this kind of situation. All right. Not every law firm does this. You need to advocate. You need a lawyer that can advocate for you guys. If you appreciate that, if you understand what the hell I'm talking about, please aggressively tap the screen. You're on Facebook and YouTube. Just give it a thumbs up. Okay, guys. Appreciate it. Give it a follow. Claudia, thanks for your question. After your case is at Ciudad Juarez Consulate, do you have to upload an updated affidavit of support in current text to the website? No, you don't have to. It won't even let you anyway. It should be locked after you submitted the DS-260. So what you have to do is provide a copy of those updated information to your Pookie Bear or whoever the immigrant beneficiary is, and they have to bring in a person. Chipong says, breaking news, the Trump administration has issued a directive allowing ICE to detain lawful refugees who have not obtained a green card after 1 year in the United States. Motherfucker. Sorry. Guys, another good reason to hire an attorney. Not every attorney does this, but when you get some kind of legal status, we have an exit interview. We call it a client success interview. And we remind you guys, let y'all know, maybe it's not a reminder, but we let y'all know, hey, the next step to level up your legal status is going to be like 1 year from now or 3 years from now. And there are deadlines, believe it or not. It's not just like, oh, I'll do it later. Okay. We use technology to our benefit. And we at least invite you to a Google Calendar invite. And let's say the deadline is 1 year from now. We're going to set that up for 9 months, give you 3 months lead time. Okay. So you don't forget about it. Okay. It's very important because you get these people like this, the just administration saying they want to detain people who didn't follow the rules. It's like, this is wild, man. This is ridiculous. So another example of something similar like that in terms of timing is if you had U visa for 3 years, you have up until the 4th year to apply for adjustment of status. You don't want to mess around with that timing, guys. So as soon as that 3 years hits, you gotta contact immigration law firm to help you. I have so many stories, and I know you'll have a lot of questions. One more story. You have to find the right law firm for you. Okay? In the sense that, because the story here is that I've known people to hire someone, and when the fees increased April 2 years ago, they filed the application with the wrong fees. You need a law firm that at least pays the fuck attention to updates from the fees increasing, forms updating. It's something simple, and some law firms don't pay attention. And because this client, they came to us later. This client could have been approved by now under the Biden administration, but because the application was rejected, I think at least 2 times, and then finally they came to us. Okay, we filed it, and then the interview was supposed to be 2 months ago in December. There wasn't an official pause yet, but the interview was canceled ultimately because of the pause. So just keep that in mind, guys. You might think even if it's immigrant friendly right now, if you're just able to pretend for a moment, even if it was immigrant friendly now, you still need to hire the right law firm. And you might think, John, of course I did. Well, did you read the Google reviews at least? Do they even allow you to schedule a time with an attorney? Just think about that, guys. Ask that. Mika asked, do we accept appeals after your asylum case was denied? Do you have to appeal? It depends on your legal reasons why you were denied in the first place. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't feel comfortable ethically to file an appeal just because a person wants to appeal. Okay. We're not that kind of law firm. So if you want to have a conversation with us to just verify if it's worth appealing, then let us know. Because look, any law firm will tell you, yeah, you can appeal, but we would tell you differently. It depends on your facts. Okay, guys? Boss man, from my experience, what can we expect realistically on the outcome of the lawsuit that was filed challenging the 75 countries pause? I am hopeful about the pause. I am not hopeful about the travel ban for people who are outside the United States, because the Supreme Court in general, if it's the same legal issue, the Supreme Court has already ruled back in like back in Trump's first term about the Muslim majority travel ban, and that was still allowed. Go figure. Of course, I disagree with that, but with the USCIS pause, with the State Department pause because of public charge, I am hopeful that that will be turned over in the favor of immigrants. Okay. Almanzo, you have a restraining order violation. Will affect 751. Um, we need to review the documents and whatnot. So please schedule a meeting with one of our attorneys. Okay. Okay, I have to wrap up soon, but I see some more questions. I can probably answer 2 more questions, I believe. Elizabeth, your son has been in ICE detention for 6 months. I'm so sorry. He has a final order of removal. He came when he was 11 months old. He has a Class A misdemeanor. Any chance for him? Okay. The 6th scenario to contact an attorney is if you need to get released. If you have a family member that needs to get released, okay, we have a strategy session to verify which option, if any, is right for your son. For example, it could be bond, it could be habeas, or it could be no option and say, sorry, you just save your money. Okay, we're not here to tell anyone to just come with us and let us file an application. Look, anyone can also file an application, but do you have the opportunity, the legal opportunity to actually get released or get the green card? Okay, you need a law firm that tells the truth. Okay, so in this situation, we just filed a habeas for someone who has been detained for more than 6 months, and that person has an order of removal. And the media says the Trump administration, MAGA, wants people out. Do they really? Do they really want people out? Or is a conflict? MAGA is thinking, yeah, we want people out. While the private prisons are like, we love that money. Give me the money, money, money. Show me the money. It seems like a conflict there, right? Because you might be wondering, why is my son still there? It's ridiculous. If anything, Republicans or the MAGA party should be asking this question. Why are people still detained with order removal? I thought we wanted people out. Why we drain the swamp? We got to drain the swamp of private prisons. That's what's got to happen, and drain the swamp of ICE. I don't even know if I phrased that correctly, but we got to drain them out. Okay. So for Elizabeth, I'm sorry that your son's in there. There's still a possibility, possibly, to file habeas. Okay, U.S. attorney already contacted me. When you file habeas, they're supposed to respond within a couple of days. Okay, they're slammed with cases, but that's why it's good to have an attorney that has a good relationship with these U.S. attorneys, so they can respond to us with a little bit more priority. Okay, you need a law with others in the legal industry. Okay, let's see here. MOIELLE. Hello, sir. Would you say it's safe for someone to apply for citizenship this year with a green card based asylum without a lawyer? You have a friend who's due to apply in October but afraid to do it. I recommend having a meeting with us at least, so we can evaluate whether to apply or not. But like, people are wondering, like, should I apply now or should I wait until Trump is out? Look, guys, I cannot predict the future. A lot of us on the non-Republican side had thought that Trump was not going to get elected twice. We didn't think he was going to get elected once, and he got elected twice. So clearly something, I don't want to say conspiracy theories here, but what my point is, for immigration purposes, don't wait for things to happen. Okay? If your friend or you are eligible now, apply now. Okay? Apply now. Even if it can be on hold and is subject to the pause list, apply now. Okay? Because here you have Chipong's mentioned on YouTube that the ICE is now going to detain people arrest people who are refugees, but they didn't apply to become a resident. See how that works? Like some people are trying to do it, follow all the steps, they get arrested. Some people may have forgotten one step and they get arrested too. This is ridiculous. Elizabeth, you can find me on www.greencardguys.com. You can find me in Houston, Texas, Clutch City. I don't know. Why do they call it Clutch City, by the way? Does anyone else from Houston know this? Is it because of the baseball team? Let's see here, guys. Sounds good. Sounds good. If you're interested, look, there's no obligation to hire. If you just want to have a conversation, we love talking with clients. Look, I talked to a client for 2 hours yesterday. That does not normally happen, but there's my information there. www.greencardguys.com. Thanks for your interest. Okay, let's see here. All right, I am being told right now that my meeting is coming soon. I know it seems weird. I need team members to remind me. Otherwise, I love sharing information, of course. Thank you, Chipong. Appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, Ninu. Can you withdraw asylum and continue I-130 pending case? Is recalendar? What do you mean recalendar? Do you have something with court? So I don't recommend withdrawing from the asylum case when you have another application like a petition pending, because you have first of all the 1 year rule, okay, and if you withdraw it, then how are you going to reapply, right? So, and I know I wish everyone the best. Some of y'all are married to a U.S. citizen. Some of y'all are married to legal permanent resident. Y'all are all lovey-dovey, okay, for let's say like 18 months. But something happens. Something happens that y'all start getting a little anxious or getting arguments. I mean, marriages tend to, you tend to run into these like debates, or some kind of argument, If you're in a marriage that's like peaceful all the way through, I applaud you. Congratulations. But there comes a time where, unfortunately, we've heard we've had some clients that they just stopped the process because they got divorced. So because a potential divorce is just out there, I hope that doesn't have to happen for you. But if that happens, you don't want that situation where you're like, oh shoot, I withdrew my asylum application. So please do not withdraw your asylum application. Just leave it there. Leave it pending. Now, if you get the interview notice for asylum and you still have the pending I-130 and 45, then let's have that conversation, okay? But typically, unfortunately, asylum cases are delayed. That's why we file lawsuits about that too. All right, I hope y'all doing well here. I've been on the live for looks like over an hour right now. I have a meeting in a couple minutes, so please take the time to save our information. If you want to go to our main website to just learn more about us, go to greencardguys.com. If you want to just go ahead and schedule, is this one, askjohnting.com, and that will be a lot faster for y'all, okay? Okay, let's see here. Let's get KK on as the last guest for today. Maybe that was on accident. I clicked on KK. You love MX. R42A hard to win, so that's cancellation removal for resident holders. Your dad is detained. Sorry to hear that. Has a criminal record but no aggravated felony. Okay, that's good. They're hard to win. They're possible to win. Let's put it that way. It's possible to win. It is legally easier to win than the 42B application. And it's more so because the level of hardship. So I won't try to go into all the legal words here, but or explanation, but the legal standard for hardship is lower threshold for 42A versus 42B. So there's a possibility. I hope he has an attorney to help him out. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, just schedule a meeting. You can pick any of these. Okay. And we'll help you out. Okay. If you're wondering, like, why do we even offer like the pre-qualified session for this amount? By the way, it's only this amount when you schedule during a live show. So I'm ending pretty soon here today, but I do try to go live every day. Um, but the reason is because some of you already have an attorney. You already spent a good amount of change. Okay, so I feel like to give back in some way. We used to do it for this. Okay, but we do have to do it for this at least, because a little what we call skin in the game, right? Because we've had some people not show up to the meeting, and that's not cool, guys. We have a lot of people have questions, so please go and schedule and pay that amount. Um, LK collections. Oh, that's probably because I already answered the question. You just popped in. Um, so okay, you're welcome, Elizabeth. But your question is, hi, Carolyn, what's going on? Looks like you changed your picture there. Does the ban affect people from the banned country to adjust the status? It depends. I don't know which country you're a national of, um, but the USCIS pause from January 1st. It uses the countries. It applies to the countries that are from the travel ban in general. So, but if you're in the United States with 485, you're more likely, I believe, I am hopeful that your ban will be lifted through the court system, not by Trump, okay, not by MAGA, not by Stephen Miller. I'm hopeful that that pause will be lifted by the court system, by the lawsuits, okay? So, but here's the thing: if you have not applied your application because, like, man, I heard about this pause, I heard about this ban, I don't know the heck really it means, but I'm just gonna wait. That's a bad idea. Okay, you still should apply. If you're legally eligible, go ahead and apply. Okay, it's gonna be a frustrating process regardless. Okay, we're happy to answer your questions. We're much different than many law firms. Even when you become a client, the best way to communicate with us is by email. Okay, because we can quickly read your email. We can reply to your email. We try our best within 24 hours. It's obviously difficult these days when there's a lot of things going on with deadlines, but we try our best in 24 hours. Okay. And we welcome you to self schedule a meeting. Okay. We don't hide our meeting. Like, I don't know why law firms do that. Does your law firm do that? It's really weird. Like, is it difficult for you to schedule a meeting with a lawyer or the paralegal? I find that really maddening. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I have to head off to the next meeting. I wish you all the best. Peace. See something, record something.